Hey there vinyl junkies, and welcome along to another one of my top 1000 vinyl record videos. And you know the score, you know they're all coming out this wall behind me. We're going to get on now with another 3 albums, and I've picked a bit of an eclectic mix insofar as there's one oldie and 2 sort of newer, well, one quite new. Well anyway, without further ado, let's get on with it. We've got another Madonna album. We've already done one Madonna album in this set, but this is another one of her fairly recent. I say fairly recent. I mean, it's 2005, so 10 years. I feel old. But this was Confessions on a Dance Floor, Madonna, and this was like quite dancey, very reminiscent of sort of ABBA in a way, ABBA with a dance beat. And certainly it does sample at least one ABBA track in there for Hung Up. But we've got some great tracks on here that were big singles. Hung Up, as I've just mentioned, was one of the big singles. But also Sorry as well. Other tracks that I absolutely love on this. Forbidden Love, Jump, Isaac, I Love New York. To be honest, it's another one of those albums which does not have filler in it. There is not a single bad track on this album. And it's one I was quite pleased at the time to track down on vinyl, because it was back before all of the hipsters kind of started buying back into vinyl. So it was quite tricky to get certain things. And I know that this, it turned up very briefly. I bought the only copy in the entirety of the city of Newcastle, and I never saw it again. Well, never saw another copy. It's Gatefold. We've got lovely artwork that's very reminiscent, to be honest, of a sort of 1970s porn film in some respects. But we've got all the credits on the inside, but there's no lyrics there. But let's have a look. No, it's a plain. So we don't get any lyrics. So if you want to sing along to this, you either have to sit and listen to it an awful lot, or just look them up on the internet. But with these, again, we've got some really... Oh, that is pink. That is not pink, that is pink! So, we've... that is pretty cool, isn't it? And it's one of the things you find with newer released records now, is that they try and go that extra mile to make them a little bit more collectible. One of the things they do is coloured records. We had this with the Katy Perry record, that everything was white. Well, to match the pink of the rather 80s style leotard and the leotard and high heels. Oh, ride the pole! That is a great album there. Now we're going really right back on the rewind here, and this is a 70s classic, and really you have to be quite an aficionado to actually realise, or to have a realisation of this group. But, however, one of the tracks on here gets used so much as background music to set certain moods and themes, both on radio and in television, that if you were to play this track, or have this track played to you, I think even people who think, oh, I've never heard of that group, will go, oh yeah. And this group is, it's a French group, and it's called Space. Now this isn't the Scousers Space who did In Your Neighbourhood. This is the original Space from the 1970s, and this is the album Magic Fly. And, well, they probably thought these pictures looked really cool at the time. And if you see the video for Magic Fly itself, well, don't watch it if you've got epilepsy, because it will trigger you. It's, well, weird. But the track Magic Fly is actually pretty awesome. And when you think this album is from 1977, it still sounds pretty fresh in a way that only stuff that was really on the pulse at the time could sound. And a lot of 70s electronic synthesizer music hasn't dated well, but this really has, and it's well worth listening, and certainly a fine addition to any Vinyl Junkies collection. Final album, this is probably this is certainly the newest of the 3, and we've already done Lana Del Rey with her follow-up to this album, but this is the Born to Die LP, and this is, as I described before, she's sort of like the gangster version of Nancy Sinatra, and when you listen to this, it's hard to imagine, but it's actually true. She actually lowered the pitch of her voice to record these records because I think either her or a management or the record company felt that she would be more commercially viable and more attractive to the listening audience if she was lower pitched, but she still sounds quite high pitched. But we've got some great tracks on this. We've got Born to Die, Blue Jeans, Video Games, Diet Mountain Dew, $1 Million Man, Radio, Carmen. It's a great album, and it's got this kind of 60s Nancy Sinatra sort of vibe to it, but brought right up to date, and it is certainly an album which I've never grown tired of listening to. Got very simplistic sleeve artwork. It's not a gatefold. We've just got the single disc in there, and all that we have in extra material is we've got the lovely foxy picture of Lana Del Rey there on the front, and on the back we've got full lyric sheet, so yes, you too can learn the lyrics and sing on along. Yeah, I've been doing that, but you're not ever going to hear me doing that on camera or film or whatever. Anyway, I hope you've liked these 3 great albums that have been indoctrinated into our 1000 greatest vinyl records. You take very good care of yourself and keep that vinyl spinning, and remember, it's all about the vinyl survival. You take very good care of yourselves, and don't forget to comment below if you really want to, and also share this video and like it too, and I'll see you next time. You know the bloody laddie,